Hi to all. Let me proceed further with the paper that really helps us to know more varieties of the protocols or the, I should say, frameworks which are available to us and which really help us to proceed further with the designing of the research questions. Now, this is one of the papers that I have taken up, and this is a rapid review of existing question formulations and frameworks. And here you will see that yes, the author had gone ahead with certain discussions. Now, I'm not going to discuss the entire paper, however, the most relevant part of it, which I really require it. For example, what are the currently available features or structures for formulating questions? If any one of us who is interested and planning to go ahead with writing a good systematic literature review, this is what I'm planning to go ahead. So in this particular paper, we can see what are the currently available formulating questions are. That's number one. Number two, you will also see what are the published list of questions that I am really looking forward to go ahead and understand and see how to literally know how to formulate a question also. Now, most of the time in some of the PhD theses writings, I would say, I see that there is this abstract, then they go ahead and give the introduction wherein they are talking about the problem, whatever they want, and maybe just a paragraph or two about the research questions. However, how those research questions have come in and what are the various ways in which they are formulating it, or what are the steps they have taken to come up to design those questions, is somehow I have seen it is missing. So here are the ways in which I myself learned while going through various papers on systematic literature review. It can be later on in the forthcoming videos, I'll be showcasing to you how the research questions are formulated through these frameworks in the let's say domains of law, management, social sciences, arts, humanities, and definitely yes, healthcare sector, medicine, nursing. Now, medicine and nursing was very easy for me. Law was also very easy. However, when it came to the management, business studies, finance, I myself was surprised that yes, it was a very late beginning if I see the chronology of the entire writing of the systematic literature review. Number one. Number two, systematic literature review began with the qualitative research, and I would say anyone who is keen of introducing mixed methods, number one. Number two, proceeding further with the qualitative studies, and number three, who is planning to look at the questions, number one. Number two, go ahead with understanding of the systematic literature review without doing the qualitative research, and then proceeding further with the quantitative studies. Now, this is how I have seen the various things taking place in the systematic literature review history itself, side by side. Now, if I look into this particular paper, which I'm going to discuss. Now, the author has really said we identified. Now, imagine 38 question formulation frameworks, which we call it as the protocols, if I have to understand, and we will see what these 38 question formulation frameworks are. And if you have understood from here, then if you entered into the domain of, let's say, business studies, international business, marketing, because I belong to these areas, I have done a lot of research to understand how to proceed further with the question raising, especially with the research questions, whether you are writing a dissertation or a thesis, or let it be for a publication of a paper. And later on, while I was trying to write out my discussions with the editors themselves, helped me to understand that okay, these are the ones that I need to focus upon, and then proceed further with the systematic literature review for a particular topic that I'm planning to work upon. So that is one thing, and here we go, and you will see some of them. I will check out some of them which I have mentioned in my Excel sheet that was shared in the last two videos of mine, and those which I have not, I'm going to check out here or put a cross against that particular framework, and you are able to understand. Now try to know that framework is equivalent to that protocol that we are talking about, and that is a very neat way to do the research and to come up with a set of research questions for yourself. Trust me, it really helped me out to understand what exactly is the meaning of systematic review is all about. So here are the formulations that you can see. First one is 3WH. Now I did not specify this at all in my list. Who, what, when, how, study which is being conducted. Remember this thing. Next one, yes, this I have taken care in my Excel sheet. BEHEMOTH, which is behavior, health, context, exclusions of the models and the theories. This I have done in depth. Now chip, okay, now the thing is that in this particular presentation of mine, I'm just picked up the paper and I'm discussing about the various frameworks or the protocols that are available for us in front of us. And once I complete, maybe there would be 4 or 5 such papers, so that you understand what is the meaning. And the question arises, do I have to strictly follow these frameworks, or can I go ahead and combine one or the other and take care of it? So there are 4 to 5 papers which I have picked up specially, and when you are presenting, I told you the publisher, the editor will definitely ask you to show him or her the protocol or the I would say the framework notebook that you have filled it, got approved from your institute or the university or particular department with the approval of the HOD or dean or the director of that particular institute. Have you taken care of that or not? So those are the ones that I need to showcase. So here the entire step takes place for us. However, I'm going to just restrict myself in showcasing to you what are those frameworks and what are the elements right now and how to understand. Now these things I have showcased to you also there in the earlier part as to which one can be used in medicine, healthcare, management, economics, finance, and I'll be sharing more frameworks in my future videos wherein you can understand how to pick up. Now I do remember when I had gone to give a presentation in a particular college, I was really ridiculed on this, that what kind of things are these things taking care. Now try to understand, once you have these frameworks, from these frameworks you're going to go ahead and design your research questions, and from the research questions you go to the objectives. Now if you understand this funda, then you will never ever, now I know what happened, and I'm going to come up with another video which I'm going to showcase this thing particularly and try to question the other side. Now you understand where I'm coming in, what I'm doing, and where it is taking place for us, and in what manner these are giving the importance to our own research work also. The fourth one is CIMO. This I have discussed in my Excel sheet, that is context, intervention, mechanisms, outcomes. Then is COCOPOP, that is condition, context, population. CPTM, this I did not, and I would be see, there are certain protocols or the frameworks which require more discussion, therefore I did not take it. For example, in CPTM, now I know that I'm talking about a particular instrument, and you will be amazed if I show you one or two websites wherein certain things have been discussed in depth, and going in future, the each one of you who is understanding the importance of these things will know, how to implement or imbibe these points also into your research. Eclipse, yes, I have done this one. However, Eclipse, this is with capital S and small e, and try to understand what it is. It is expectations, improvement, innovation or information, client group, location, impact, and how measured, professionals involved, and service. And going forward, I would be showcasing to you a framework which is exclusively meant for the expert opinion. Now, anybody who is going for the pilot study, now I ask them, okay, you said that you have taken the expert's opinion. Now, what is the proof that you have taken the expert opinion? Show me the proof. How do you do it? And I was trying my best to see the PhDs or the MPhil dissertations wherein this statement was written. However, neither in the appendix nor anywhere could I see. However, in these particular introduction about the frameworks, I have started understanding what is that framework and what kind of a framework has to be shared with the expert to get his or her opinion also side by side. Now, EPICOT, this is another one: evidence, population, intervention, comparison, outcome, and timestamp. Now, I haven't done this thing at all. Now, this is, remember, wherever the timestamps are coming in, it should give you the hint that yes, these are pertaining. However, these for the ones that I have not shared it, I'll be showcasing the domain also later on to understand where they belong to. MIP is methodology, issues, and the participants. So this is also I have not done. PCC, population, concept, and this have been taken care of. PICO I have done. This is POCO, not PICO. Patient, population, exposure, and comparison. Now, before I forget a thing, one more thing that I have decided to do in the upcoming videos which I'm going to record and upload is to understand the meaning of each and every question. Now, for example, I have got here, let's say, EPICOT. Okay, this is the framework that I have chosen. Now, here I have the word intervention. Can I use this particular framework, let's say, in the domain of, let's say, management, or in social sciences, or in humanities, or let's say in what I call it as the film studies? Can I use it? So while I am going to discuss each and every formulation in depth, I would be giving you the meaning of intervention also. Then the question arises, do I have the authority to use EPICOT while I am present and doing the research for these particular fields or not? That's the question. It's not like that okay, I have got EPICOT, so as per my convenience, let me use the intervention. You cannot do that, because it's very strictly for each and every formulation or the framework. You have got a notebook and try to understand. They have defined what exactly do they mean by intervention also side by side. Then comes PICO DR. This stands for population, exposure, comparison, outcome, duration, results. Okay, now PEICO, person, environment, intervention, comparison, outcomes, and stakeholders. If you can take it up in two parts. A, you can say simply PICO, and B, if you are including stakeholders, then you have to say it is PICOs. Now, similarly for PEO, now the reason why I'm introducing this jargon is that scholars who are listening to this particular video presentation of mine, or the faculties, you should understand that yes, these are the frameworks that I have got. Now, which framework is suitable to my research work, and from here you would be designing your research questions and proceeding further with the further things which are developing. It can be theoretical concepts or conceptual building. You can go ahead and then it will be proceeding further in that manner. Then comes what I call it as PESICO, and this is again person, environment, intervention, comparison, outcomes. We have what we call it as PFO, population prognostic factors, or models of interest. Now, try to understand what are these models of interest that I'm talking about, and maybe after 3 or 4 videos I would be showcasing, sharing more information, wherein there are 2 3 websites wherein things are present for us, and without dwelling or using our own efforts, investing the time, you can borrow your features from those things, and then you can go forward with it also, and I'll be showcasing it. Now similarly, you have got Pico, and again here you have to be very careful when you are I would say talking about the population out here. What do we mean? What do we mean by intervention, and can I again use this thing with these kind of studies or not, is something that you need to understand. Now there is another Pico, that is PICO, and this is population phenomenon of interest, and this goes exclusively with the I would say qualitative research. If you are keen, and you can take up this model also, framework also. Now similarly, we have got PICO, population intervention or phenomena of interest and context. Now you can see the difference between these two also side by side. The next one that we have got, the 20th one, is PICOC, which is a patient population intervention comparison outcome. Now you see, there are individuals who have come up with these I would say frameworks just similar to our scales, and it's up to you how you are. Here you don't have any choice of changing these things and then going forward. Here you will have to first of all go ahead. I mean, there's an Excel sheet of mine which I'll share it as to who was the person who came up with PICOC, whether it is in healthcare or management or economics or finance. We will see those things and how they have defined it in their notebook, and how well we can go ahead and use it also. Then comes the next one, that is PICOCPRRST. Now look at this one very carefully, and you will see that yes, it's not a easy thing, and you have got what I call it as a lot of things are there for us to understand here. For example, you have got population or problem, intervention or exposure. Now here you have got the choice. In earlier cases you did not have the choice. Comparison, outcome, context or environment, setting, professionals, results, research, stakeholder, perspective, potential users. Now this is something which I can say you can readily use for your own paper, belonging to the non-medicinal or non-nursing schools. Now PCOS, again they have given to you patient, population, intervention. Now wherever the words interventions are coming in, take it with a pinch of salt, and we need to understand and make it absolutely clear. Now since we have entered into the digital era, into big data, so we have got PICOT D also side by side. Pico with small t, adding of time out here. Picot with capital T is the time frame. Now you understood how the differences are coming in, and what do we mean by timing. Now the importance of the language is also there for you. Timing and time frame, there are two things which is there, and again the notebooks which are focusing on these things will be explaining to you clearly the definition as to how I'm supposed to go ahead and use them. Similarly with P codes ending with TS, so it is not just the time frame or timing, it is timing with you can see out here you have got timing with capital T on one side and setting on the other side. So these are 27 that we have done. More to go, and that is PICOTT. So this is another one where you have got population, intervention, comparison, outcomes, type of question, type of study design. So can you see how well they have included it step by step, and they are coming in. So you need to, that's why I was telling you, I get a jerk when I hear a person coming and saying that, okay, I'm using Pico in my systematic literature review, or I see a person writing a paper on systematic literature review without any one of these frameworks also is a very dangerous sign as to how one person can go ahead. Okay, so these things are necessary for you to follow very carefully. Next is PIE, patient intervention or interest. People, population that is receiving intervention. Then intervention itself, professionals that is delivering the intervention, outcomes, health setting. So this goes exclusively for the health management, schools of medicine and schools of nursing. PIPOS or PPOS, you can say, population receiving intervention, delivering. Then you have got in between intervention, professional, outcome, setting in which guidance is to be implemented, even this thing also. PIRD is for the diagnostic studies exclusively, this one. Now PO, it's a general, you can use. Then PS, population situation, you can carry forward. Profit, problem, phenomena, this is exclusively for the qualitative research that is present across the domain. SDMO, types of studies, types of data, types of methods, outcomes. So we will see in depth what is SDMO stands for, and what do we mean by saying types of studies, types of data. Then comes SPICE, setting, perspective, interest, intervention. Now here in SPICE they have given you the choice. You see, it can be for intervention, it can be for interest. So it is not necessary that SPICE is to be taken care only for the healthcare industry. You are able to use into it, and I'll show you the notebook for SPICE also, so you will be able to understand more. Similarly for the SPIDER, sample, phenomena, and again whenever we are talking about phenomenon of interest, it is for the qualitative research on one side, number one. Number two, try to remember, when we are talking about phenomenon, it means that we are talking about phenomenology, and when we are talking about phenomenology, again there are different schools of it, whether and how to understand them is also a different kind of scenario. So we would be knowing these things also, and in my next video presentation I'm going to I think pick up one more paper to show the differences as to how these things are being taken care of and how well they are able to enjoy it. Now I'm not going to share more from this one. I have shown you more frameworks in this particular video presentation, so I'm going to end here this particular presentation of mine, and let me come up with yet another paper more for the formulations and the frameworks or the protocols. Till then, thank you and take care. Bye.